today's episode, we have Kurt Chrisler. Kurt, welcome to the show. It's awesome to have you on here.
Thanks for having me.
Great. Now, Kurt, we're going to be talking today about something that a lot of us need in this holiday season. Black Friday's coming up. We got Christmas coming up in, just a month and a half. And that's some quick cash. So today, we're not only going to get to learn more about you and your journey, we're going to be discussing the Quick Cash Blueprint, which is a product that you're going to be launching very shortly. So it's awesome to have you here on such short notice. And first time I've actually talked to you, so it's going to be great to learn more about you. Now, Kurt, I, like most internet marketers, had the big struggle. I didn't have a golden spoon handed to me when I was a child, so I would love to hear more about your journey. How did you get to where you are today?
Yeah, I actually got started back in 2005, which seems ancient in internet years. And I got started with e-commerce websites. And kind of when I was doing the e-commerce websites, I started learning about SEO, affiliate marketing, and kind of just steadily moved into more and more areas kind of online. In 2007, I went full-time. I've been doing it full-time ever since. And I've really done everything across the board. And I've done a lot with AdSense, building like niche AdSense sites. Of course, that was pretty up and down, and a lot of downs recently, with the Google updates. Did a lot of niche marketing with affiliate programs, and same with that, a lot of up and downs. And kind of over the course of all these years, the one part of my business that's always been really steady and hasn't had all those road bumps is creating and selling my own products. So that's something I've really always focused on. I'm always trying to build my buyers list, do email marketing. And that's kind of been the steady factor in my business and kind of what leads into the Quick Cash Blueprint report.
Oh, no, that's for sure. I mean, it gets said over and over, it's a little redundant, but if you don't have a buyer's list, you're nothing at this point. That's great that you caught on to that. Maybe we'll go with one more step back. For me, when I got started in internet marketing, I was like in a Yahoo chat room in '99, and there was a woman who needed a banner designed, and I took on the job with MS Paint. I designed it. I had no idea what I was doing, and she ended up paying me money, which I think I was just like 12 or 13 at the time. So I'm 27 now. So that was an amazing thing for me. That while my friends are outside playing hockey, I'm on a nerdy little computer and I got paid money.
Right.
So how did you even hear about internet marketing? For me, I got started in the network marketing route before I hit the non-dark side, if you may.
Yeah, for me, when I was in college, one of the guys in our dorm was, he owned like a web design company, did a lot of web design, and he had kind of piqued my interest about kind of the online marketing stuff. And at the time, I had an idea just for a product I wanted to sell online. They were the wristbands, kind of like the Lance Armstrong wristbands, were real popular.
Yeah.
But they said support our troops. It was during one of the wars. So he actually built the site for me, and then I ended up selling thousands and thousands of these wristbands, and it blew my mind. My website was on like Fox News and a bunch of stuff, and we donated a bunch of money to charity. So From that point on, my eyes were kind of open to, wow, you can really do a lot with this online marketing stuff. And then, like I had said, I kind of learned more, and then doing advertising, and kind of continually kind of built my business from that point.
Perfect. And it's all about the layers, right? You discovered real quickly that in the old days, you would have took that bracelet, you probably would have hung out at like a sporting event arena or at like a bike race near the finish line, and then or before the race started, handing them out and selling them, and that takes so much time and effort. And then you quickly slap up a website, and word of mouth quickly attributes to your success. So that's awesome.
Yeah, the speed of it is what really caught my attention.
Right, and that's one thing that I learned from kind of a blend. I always blend it with Tony Robbins and Frank Kern. And a little bit of Dan Kennedy. It's the speed of implementation really determines your success, and how quickly you take action and all that jazz. So, and it holds true to this day. So speaking of speed and quickness, let's talk about the quick cash blueprint. What's that all about? How did you put this into a system that people are going to be able to pick up tomorrow?
Yeah, so kind of the background to it is, like I said, the one steady part of my business has always been creating and selling my own products. And I'm the type of person who I only create a product if I've actually done it, if I'm actually had success with it. But that kind of limits you to the amount of products you can create, because obviously I'm not an expert on every single topic. So what I did was I started actually developing tools and basically hiring an outsourcer to put it together for me, so I didn't have to be the expert. I could be more of the publisher. So I had an idea for a WordPress plugin that I wanted to get made. Didn't even know if it was possible. So I listed it on an outsourcing site. Was able to find an outsourcer who actually made it for me in a day. Then the following day, he had a working demo, and he ended up charging me $144 to have the plugin made. A couple weeks later, I launched it, and we did over $7,000 in sales just for the front end plugin. Of course, we had upsells in the back end. So it kind of opened my eyes to this whole other area of products you could be selling. And then I went on to create another plugin that one did a little over $6,000 in sales on the front end there. And currently he's working on another plugin for me and a WordPress theme. So it really opened my eyes to how quickly you could get some of these products made, how low cost some of the developers could make them for. And it's great because you don't need to be that expert on every single topic to be able, to sell a product. You can outsource it, and you can focus on being the publisher. So I basically just lay out the entire system I use inside that Quick Cash Blueprint, and how quickly they're able to get them made for you, and you can turn around and kind of launch it and do some nice sales, even if it's your first try and you're not an expert on anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's where a lot of people are right now, right? They're trying to quit their crappy day jobs. I know a lot of people have a little nest egg kicking around, a couple $100 here and there, and they don't want to let it go unless they know that there's something simple that they can invest that in to grow. And then I read the Quick Cash Blueprint, and I saw there's a screenshot. It showed the guy that you hired, how many hours it took, which was like 13 or something.
Yeah.
Literally in one day. And then you put it up on the Baby Zoo, and it did great. And then I think you go over another one, right? There's a couple of them you go over examples. So for a complete newbie that literally just doesn't get this stuff, is it easy to come up with ideas to make more of these, or is it just more you're kind of showing them how you did it and that's it?
Yeah, inside the guide, I give people a lot of ideas of how to start coming up with product ideas. I personally focus a lot on WordPress just because there's so much demand for it, and everybody uses WordPress. So plugins and themes are a really great place to start. And one easy way to get started is just all of us, most of all of us use WordPress. While you're using WordPress or using anything, in your online business, just think about, what's some of the stuff I could automate, what's some things I could make easier, make more user-friendly. And if you can't come up with any that way, you can still just go to a place like JVZoo, and JVZoo will actually list all the products that are currently being sold and how many sales they've made. So you can actually just do a search for WordPress plugins, and it'll give you hundreds and hundreds of ideas of plugins that are already selling. And I would never tell somebody to copy a product, but you can look at those products and think of ways that you can improve that. How can you make it better? Maybe it's outdated. Maybe you could update it, or even make a plugin that complements something that's sold well. So coming up with product ideas have to be pretty easy, because there's so many things WordPress can do, and there's so many ways you can improve on how WordPress does them, because WordPress isn't really necessarily made for marketers. There's a lot of ways you can improve on it, make it easier to use for marketers.
Yep, 100%. And one thing you said earlier that holds true a lot is when you make products, before you sell them, you want to ensure that you've made money from them, and you have. So once people actually grab this blueprint, they put it into action, they see that they can make at least more than what they invested on it easily. You could do that with your eyes shut almost. then what they can do is they can take that and give it just their whole process to an outsourcer, and then literally let someone else come up, burn and churn the ideas, and then get yourself a little project manager to handle the plugins and then do the launches, and then literally they took the seed of your idea and then just grew it into an empire, right?
Right,
There's
definitely.
literally an unlimited potential. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I've worked with students before who say, oh, there's a million opt-in page WordPress plugins. Why would I want to make another one? Well, there's a million different cans of pop and types of brands out there. The reason that there's so many different variations of it is because they sell. And you like you said, you don't want to copy someone's idea, but there's always going to be ways to improve things and make it more simple and more user-friendly, and people will pay for that, right? So I think it's brilliant. So, quick blueprint. When are we launching? What's the date on it? What time is it? How much is it going to be?
It's tomorrow, which is the 19th. It'll launch at 10 a.m. We will steadily be increasing the pricing. We're starting at $7, which is a pretty good bargain if you ask me. So the early birds will definitely get it at the lowest price. There'll be a countdown timer so you can see. But yeah, the price will steadily be going up. But yeah, it launches tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
Okay, awesome. And in the funnel, is there any other additional purchases to make, any upsells?
Yeah, so the first upsell is, obviously if you're following this, you're going to make some kind of tool that you're going to launch and sell. And one way to really boost up the revenue from a launch is to have upsells in place. So actually the first upsell I'm offering is 3 completely done-for-you products. One of them is on affiliate marketing, one is on WordPress, and one on. So they fit really good into the market you'd be creating a plugin for. People buying a plugin would be interested in those topics. And all 3 of those are actually video courses, so they're not just like a PLR ebook that are kind of rehashed. They're actually complete video courses that I personally made myself. They come with all the graphics, e-covers, sales pages, pretty much everything you need. So you can just plug those in as upsells, as downsells. You could even start, you could use one as a front end if you wanted to too. So we have those, the 3 done-for-you products. And then the second upsell is actually for templates. So like I said, I personally do this in my own business. So I have a lot of templates I can give people. So that when you get ready to sell your product, you're going to need a sales page. So I give you a sales page template, a JV page template, affiliate approach emails to go out and start approaching affiliates to get on board. And I also give a squeeze page so you can collect opt-ins, a download page, and also a squeeze page to build your buyers list. So basically all the pages you're going to need to get your product ready to be sold, you can fill in your details and you're ready to go. So you can really get up and running even faster.
Wow. I mean, that's brilliant. The fact that you really do have a done-for-you solution, I'm going to highly recommend everyone jumps on board and picks up all that jazz. And just to one-up that, I'm going to throw in like 5 more bonuses just to sweeten the deal, so people will have access to that on my page with our interview. So, Kurt, not only do we have a blueprint for everyone to make a lot of money here from, is there anything else you'd like to add to it? Otherwise, what I'd love to do is just kind of leave some parting words for the marketing world out there, and in terms of people who are just getting started, that can use some of your best advice that's really helped you to become the success that you are today.
Yeah, for anybody out there who's kind of been spinning their wheels and maybe not getting a lot of traction with their online business, the number one thing I always tell to people is you really need to be creating and selling products. Number one, it builds up your brand recognition, so it brands you as an expert. And number 2, it builds that buyer's email list. I did email marketing for a while early on and just got terrible results. But once I started selling my own products and building a buyer's list, it was night and day kind of what my email promotions do. So anyone that's new out there, you really want to be focusing on creating and selling products and building that buyer's list. And this is a great way to do it without having to be an expert on a topic, because most of the people, a lot of my coaching students will tell me, I'm just not an expert on a topic. How do I create a product? Well, this is a way to get around that. You don't have to be an expert. You basically hire the expert to create it for you, and you become the publisher and launch it, build your buyer's list, and then kind of just keep the momentum rolling from there. So it's really the route I would encourage people to take when they're getting started.
Perfect. Well, there you go, guys. I mean, that advice ties hand in hand on why you need to pick up the Quick Cash Blueprint. It's launching tomorrow, so I want everyone to click the buy link above this video. Not only are you going to be able to get instant access to it, but you're also going to get my 5 bonuses. All you got to do is just send me a quick email with your receipt, and you'll be good to go. So, Kurt, unless you have anything else to add, that was great, and I know you're always creating quality products, so anytime you have anything else that you're launching in the future, I'd love to have you back on. So it's been great talking with you today.
All right, sounds great. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thanks, Kurt. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.